Hey guys, so here bringing you another video. Now welcome to episode 1 of the Climb to Master series. This will now be the main series on the channel. A to Z will still be continuing as the second video of the day, but I honestly have been really looking forward to doing this as I have wanted to push myself in League again for quite some time. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, I don't think you can get Master, maybe you're not good enough. We're going to be trying to improve as we kind of play in this series. So I'm just going to firstly ban Hecarim because he's pretty strong right now. So we're going to be improving. We're going to be playing a lot of League of Legends. The idea of this series is to be playing the same champions a lot. So if you don't like repetition, this series may not be for you. But, you know, getting to high Diamond or Master isn't easy. Even to get like to Diamond 2, Diamond 3, where I was last season, that isn't really easy. And playing a lot of champions, you're kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage, because if you play a lot of champions, well, you're not going to be great with a lot of champions, where if you can find your champion pool, then obviously you'll be better at those. I did do a video the other day about what champion pool I'm going to be playing, and that's what we're going to be doing. This will be a living champion pool. These champions will change throughout the patches. But no, I'm looking forward to this series. I have for a very long time. Now, just to mention, right now I am recording this live. I am in Champion Select right now. But the commentary that you're actually going to be hearing in-game will not be live. So I'm going to record it live, I'm going to obviously play it, but I'm not going to be commentating because I want to try hard in the first 10 placements. Like, really, really hard. I want to try and win as many as I possibly can. And obviously, as I've mentioned to you guys, commentating is a big distraction. So I'm going to take that distraction away. I know some people will be like, oh, please don't do that. I'm being selfish. I haven't done that a lot with YouTube. I very much put YouTube before gameplay, but here I'm putting gameplay before YouTube. So when I get in game, I'll be turning off the microphone, I'll be turning off the camera, and then you'll have me probably tomorrow in real time commentate over the footage. And then when we finish the game, I'll probably come in the Champions League, I'll come back live and finish off the basically whatever happened in the game. We're going to play Vi though. So Vi is a relatively new pickup that I've decided to go back to. So if you did watch the champion pool video, I did explain Vi used to be a champion that I played a lot. And I'm very comfortable with her, always kind of have been. She's very strong right now. So I'm going to play Vi. Secondly, why I'm playing Vi, just to explain, they have a Master Yi. Vi is one of the best champions versus like people who want to go on top of people or who are auto attackers. Because all you have to do on Vi is press the R button and it stops them in their tracks. They can't do anything about it. And then after you've pressed your R, you queue them for more CC, and hey presto, you've probably killed that person. The question is, do I go Thunderlords for carry, or do I go Courage of the Colossus? This is the question. I think I'm going to go Thunderlords because I am in kind of the mood to carry. And again, I would suggest you guys be more carry orientated if you do want to climb. So yeah, I think I'm going to go Thunderlords. Some people may be shouting at the screen, no, go Colossus. I want to carry, I want to do damage. I will be going probably the Triforce build. I like our team comp. We do have a Draven, which is obviously high risk, but I kind of like it. So without much further ado, let's get into the loading screen for the first time in Climb to Master. Okay, welcome to the loading screen. This is where I use the website lolskill.net. Now, we can't get a lot of information from the loading screen considering it's the brand new season and nobody really has ratings, apart from the Ari who has finished hers at Gold 1. I can tell you as well, looking at the actual loading screen, everybody has a diamond border. But yeah, you can see the Annie only really plays Annie, 5 ranked games played, all 5 as Annie. But that's pretty much it. So without much further ado, let's get into the game where we are playing Vi Jungle. Hey guys, so welcome to the live commentary part, or kind of the post-game commentary part, if you will. So the idea, again, if you didn't fully understand how it's going to work, is that the intro and outro and the loading screen, I do that kind of commentary bit when I'm actually playing. This commentary, to kind of understand what's happening in the match, I'm actually recording this the day after I actually played. It allows me just to kind of try hard a little bit more, to do as much as I can in the game, and also with my eyes not being perfect, it allows me, again, just to be a bit more comfortable, especially in the placement games. So, just to kind of explain again, this is only for the first 10 episodes. Some people will not mind this, some people will not like it. Again, it's just for me to have the best possible outcome from my placement games. It's the most way I feel I'm going to be positive and playing well, and you kind of get the same commentary, more or less. Like, I'm recording it from my perspective. It's not a replay file, so you can see everything that I see in this game. You can see my mouse movements, you can see everything like that, and I can just kind of be a little bit more analytical and kind of just talk about why certain things happened or why did I do that, instead of actually focusing on playing at the same time. But again, this will become a live commentary series, well, technically in episode 11. But anyway, we are playing Vi. So Vi is a very strong champion right now. The reason why she's suddenly so strong is because just how the meta has gone is that champions that can kind of just one-shot AD carries, have good crowd control, they're pretty strong, right? And Vi definitely falls into this bracket. Her natural build is a fairly bursty build. Warrior as the jungle item. She can go Thunderlords or Colossus. This game I did go for the Thunderlords. And then she also, Triforce is also one of her natural items that she gets, which will give her burst. And as you can see in the bottom left, I am just typing to my team, doing a full jungle clear. Now the reason why I'm going to do a full jungle clear is that the enemy have a Master Yi jungle. Again, he's fairly well known for doing full clears himself. He's a farm-orientated jungler. But it's also the fact that he's got exhaust, not flash. So I am thinking right now, he's going to just farm. Even if he does gank, he shouldn't be able to do anything because, again, he's got exhaust. He can't flash in. And if he Qs onto somebody, they can just flash away. So I'm like, all right, let's just do a full clear. As you can see on the bottom right, though, Master Yi does go for a gank. And the really unfortunate thing is that Thresh went a little bit too deep. And when the time came for Yi to gank, Thresh was nearly already dead. So it worked such in their favour, it was unreal. Now, there is a little fight going on here. They flash. Everybody flashes. Exhaust going down. So low. Annie couldn't pick up the kill. She does go for the 8 Ignite on me, thinking that maybe I'm diving. But everybody used every single summoner then. She used both summoners, but so did my Ahri. Unfortunately, I didn't get that kill. And again, this is going away from my initial plan. I wanted to fully do jungle farming, but again, sometimes you've got to change what you plan. You've got to be adjustable. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. Both summoners have been burnt. Again, I guess nobody's expecting a Master Yi really to do anything, but then right away you can see he goes for a little gank on the Ahri. He goes right up to her and just auto-attacks and gets a free kill. And he doesn't even get an assist. So right now, I'm thinking as a Vi, there's a Master Yi that's now been involved with 2 kills as a Master Yi with exhaust. What? Like, again, this isn't a normal thing to happen, and that's why it's a little bit like, okay. So that one was just unfortunate. Maybe the Ahri should have warded or just gone back on low health, especially without having the flash. So she does go down for that, unfortunately. I'm going to just continue doing jungle. Again, just to remind you, Vi's passive is a shield, so she can do jungling quite efficiently at low health. Also, Smite is a permanent heal now. Whenever you use Smite on any jungle creep or, I believe, any body, I'm not entirely sure though, you will also get health back. Graves being very low, and it nearly gets the kill. Unfortunate that he didn't get him. I'm just throwing a ping out there going, hey, you know, be careful. This Master Yi, and again, everybody in this game was Diamond last season. Everybody will know that this Master Yi's playstyle is actually ganking, which is not really like a normal Master Yi. Again, I've played against a lot of them, and this guy has a more unique playstyle of actually ganking, being involved. So the Graves should, at this stage, be running back. Again, the Master Yi's ganked a lot, and even though if he's top lane, even if he's kind of focusing on top lane, he's on his little island, he should still kind of know what's happening around the map. So it does look like he should be going back, but he returns for a little bit more farm. I, at this stage, get some nice finishing farm myself. Unfortunately, they go down in the bot lane. Draven is going for the all-in, just misses it. And then also Graves gets killed by the Master Yi, who does then go top lane. And the Graves did, again, overstay. So right now, the game is not looking good. And I'm kind of like here as a Vi going, I haven't been involved in anything yet. I tried to get a kill in mid lane, it didn't go well, but then everything else has just happened, most likely because Master Yi has just done stuff. Ahri's already roaming, which is a little bit of a worrying thing. When your mid laner is roaming pre-6, that's basically them saying I'm admitting defeat, which is never a good sign. But I'm not going to let that get to me. I'm like, okay, I'm a Vi. I'm strong as an individual. Again, that's what you got to focus on. Focus on yourself. You can't really stop what your team is going to be doing. But anyway, we know Annie's over here, so I'm like, okay, Thresh, you can lantern me over. And what does he do? He lanterns the wrong person completely. So whether he's just not paying attention, I have no idea. Just, again, bit of a disappointing play there. That could have cost, like, them the kill. Luckily it doesn't. We do end up picking the kill. But again, just little things like that. It could have been a big difference. That I could have just got lanterned over, straight away got a kill. Gonna just get the vision plant there because I just want to see what's going on. You can see there's a control ward. Apparently Caitlyn has burnt both of her summoners, so I'm kind of thinking, okay, maybe we can go for a kill. Master Yi shows up in the mid lane. He is going to be doing a lot of farming. That's the one thing that I know as myself with playing now more jungle, I'm going to definitely need to do. Is farm more. Is to run in lanes, randomly grab a wave or two when my mid lane is gone. Because that's how you kind of keep your farm up. If you're ever wondering, God, how does my Graves jungle have 200 farm at the same time I have 200 farm? It's because they're constantly farming all the jungle, but they're also constantly farming people's lanes. That, someone's gone back to buy, you'll see the jungler just kind of slide into that lane and pick up a wave or two. That's how you kind of maintain a lot of farm. Now I'm like, okay, so they pushed us off the dragon, fair enough, but now they're doing it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And I'm a little bit like, okay, Draven, he's going to come right, and he does actually complete his base. I go for the Q, unfortunately gets stopped by the Annie-stun. I missed the smite, which was a little bit risky, but I had to go for it because I'm like, it's infernal. And I do say, and again, normally I'm not a typer, but this did frustrate me a bit. I was like, why did you base? And I think he does go, what do you mean me? I was like, yeah. Again, it's the early stages to the game. Master Yi is a squishy champion. He got pretty low from that. If we had a Draven pressuring, you never know really what could happen. Maybe he could have picked up a kill or two, and that's a potential snowball effect. So it's a little bit of shame. Again, it's not the end of the world, but it's just a little shame that he did go back then. I know it was to get BF sword, and obviously that's a good thing for him. But yeah, it was just a little bit of frustration. Anyway, we do pick up 2 solo kills in both solo lanes. Graves gets the Nautilus, which is great, but then also the Ahri picks up the Annie. Both really, really good. I will say the Graves, I do believe, went further. I know this is patch 6.24, but I still don't know if further would be the choice I would do on Graves. I think Bloodlust is far superior in the 1v1 as a top laner. Unfortunately, my blue does seem to have got stolen, so I'm like, okay. And so jungle pressure in this game and how both of me against Yi are doing, he is definitely out jungling me right now. I'm open to admit that. In the fact that he's got more successful ganks off, and also he did get the Infernal, which is just like, ugh. You can see in the bottom left, though, Draven now has 150 Admiration stack, so you do want to try, as a jungler, by the way, if you do have a Draven and you see that, you kind of want to maybe put your attention to bot lane soon. At this stage, I'm kind of thinking, oh, I want to get level 6. Again, I'm still picking up jungle. I haven't been playing a lot of jungle. I'm kind of getting back into it. So I'm kind of learning how to jungle path again because all the XPs were completely changed. So my farming, my XP is probably a little bit down what it should be at this stage. But I'm going to get level 6 probably very soon. Annie looks to be bot lane, but they do spot her, which is good. And then maybe with level 6, I can look for a gank top lane or potentially mid. Again, Annie should be a relatively easy gank with me and Ahri. Because again, the whole strength of Vi, or a big strength of her, is that she has a non-cancelable, that's not a word, ultimate. Now you just press R on somebody, and that's pretty much golden. She does get stunned on, and then again, Master Yi, free gank. And that's pretty much been the story of this game. Master Yi's just had so many free ganks that I can't keep up with him. Maybe I could look for more counter ganks, but at that stage I was trying to get level 6. But yeah, back to the strengths of Vi. You basically just ult somebody, and that's most of your strength. They can't stop you. QSS doesn't stop you or anything that doesn't stop you. Now I'm thinking, okay, I can get to this guy, right? I can really get to him. I was maybe pathing a little bit weird there, and I do go for the commitment. I think I made the mistake here of going for the Nautilus over the Yi. If I used my ultimate on the Yi instead and bursted him, I probably would have killed the Master Yi, which is worth more gold to me. It also gives Master Yi another bit of gold, another kill. But it would have also given me, I think, maybe the shutdown. So that was a mistake by me. Again, I'm open to admit my mistakes. I should have gone for the Master Yi. It was basically, in my own head, it was a free kill on Nautilus versus a potential kill on Master Yi. Because I may not have killed him, because Nautilus could have stunned me. But also the exhaust coming out was a little bit annoying too. And again, you've got to look out for those champions that do run combat stats instead of flash. Thresh kind of runs back into the ultimate, unfortunately. He could have ran to the right, or he does have flash up. Either of those things would have saved his life, but he does kind of get stunned and killed for free. So this game obviously is not looking great. We have, I don't think any lane is technically winning. Some people are doing okay. Like, I think the Draven, by the way, he's doing fine. Like, he's had a difficult lane phase so far. It is a Draven versus a Caitlyn, so it is the range deficit matchup. But he's doing okay. He's got admiration stacks that we need to use. Unfortunately, Graves does get ganked once more. And again, it's the thing with the Nautilus top lane. You've got to expect, if you're ever against like a Nautilus top lane, just to kind of tell you guys, he is not a 1v1 killing champion. He basically has very little 1v1 killing pressure. But what he has is so much combined CC that it's perfect for a jungler coming in for a gank. Now, unfortunately, Annie runs away from me, so I couldn't get the Q stun on her, but I will pick up the kill, which is great. Ahri does use flash, by the way, to flash over the wall to get away from Tibbers. And then the Thresh starts spam pinging and the Ahri does react kind of negative. Because, yeah, the Ahri was like, I'm going to die from the Annie Tibbers. So she does flash over the wall and then the Thresh starts spam pinging. And I will say, throughout the rest of the game, the Thresh was a little bit of a problem in the fact that... well, you're about to see it. You can see here. All right, on my way mid. I just mute the guy because I know he's causing problems. And at this stage of the game right now, I get completely demoralized because I'm thinking, is he going to intentionally feed? Because that's what it means to me. Oh, okay, all right, on my way mid is I'm coming mid lane just to give Annie kills. Again, like I said to you guys, if you do get angry at video games, if you do have that, for some reason, that rage instinct, just don't type it out. Don't press that enter button because all you're going to do, even if you don't really care, you are going to make your team more demoralized. You're going to make your team play worse. It may make you play better or make you not care or whatever. But for me, especially if I have someone in my team that's being just a complete annoying person, it's going to put me off. Now, I am going for a gank on the bot lane. I do go for the ultimate just to try and give it to Draven. Unfortunately, I get it, which I really didn't want to get. I wanted to get to Draven again for his admiration stacks. I do go for potentially the Caitlyn, but she's long gone. And again, if Thresh was bot lane instead of trolling in mid lane, then maybe he could have picked up a kill or a hook or something on the Caitlyn, and that could have been a double kill. Blue buff has come up, so I'm like, yep, you can have blue, no problem. The Ahri's done okay, like she has got a solo kill. And again, at this stage, my Graves is nearing the enemy tier 2 top lane. We have no pressure on the map right now. We're not expecting to have any pressure. And you can see the Thresh tried to steal blue buff. Like, I don't get these type of people. They're just people that you don't want to be with or play with ever. Like, they're just irritating. And it's why in League, I do believe there is a low priority queue in the fact that people get longer queue times and stuff like that. But I just wish there was a, in a weird way, a toxic queue. That if you are known to be toxic, don't ban them, just put them all together. Make them play against other toxic people. That's what I would want. Now, the dragon is happening, unfortunately, with how much damage Master Yi does, he managed to actually kill the dragon in time. Maybe what we should have done, which could have been better, is actually, instead of going for the Annie, and I know she was right in our face, would have been just go on the Yi, because he got another free Infernal there, so that's really important for them. And unfortunately, we do give that away. They do kill up the Nautilus in mid lane, which is good, but they've got to be careful. They would have seen that the Caitlyn is rotating, but they, again, don't react quick enough. And I think they are going to have a little bit of a fight any second. I'm going to buy some things, so I do decide to go for the Sheen. They pick up the Caitlyn, which is good, but then the Graves does go to the Caitlyn after that point. Go for the attack speed over the Phage components, because the attack speed offers me more damage, or offers me more auto attacks. And if ever I find myself against the Master Yi, whoever does the most damage in auto attacks is pretty much going to win that 1v1. Like Vi, she has that initial burst with her Q, with Sheen, with her ultimate. That's a lot of burst. But people like really do not underestimate how much auto attack damage Vi does, especially combining with her W. Again, her W is an auto attack and reliant spell. The more you auto attack, the more you'll get your third hit. You'll do a lot of damage. So attack speed and all that is very valuable on this champion. Some people will ask, oh, is that, do you go Blade of the Ruined King on her? If you're against like a pure tank team, I'm going to say maybe, and you're doing well, but generally no. Generally, the Warrior and Sheen is good enough. Maybe you'll get one more damage item, like a Black Cleaver, if you're really doing well, but you do want to get that tanky stats in there, because again, you are a choo-choo all-in champion. You press R on somebody, they go in the middle of their team. You're in the middle of a 5-man team then. What are you going to do if you're not tanky? Either you're going to try and kill anything, which you only can really kill one target quickly, or you're going to try and survive as long as possible for your team to back you up. So unfortunately, the Thresh did go down to the Master Yi. He is obviously having a really good game, and it's frustrating. There's not much I can do against it. Most of the ganks that he's had, I've been nowhere to counter gank, which you could say is well played by him. Graves does get another kill on the Nautilus, which is great. And again, I'm just in chat going, hey guys, just stop typing. Typing doesn't help. Thresh, again, spam pinging, just creating a negative environment right now. Again, just please don't do that. If ever, you know, my commentaries do one thing to the League of Legends community, it's just to make people realize if you're the type of person that does spam ping and this type of thing, this is the emotions, this is what you're causing. It's never a good thing. So I'm thinking, okay, my team's going to come help me, right? And I'm thinking, this is 2 free kills. I believe I can burst the Caitlyn, but I'm just waiting a little bit longer, and boom, I go for the Caitlyn, get the ultimate on, and boom, straight away. It was pretty much just a one-hit combo. The Draven did get a nice ultimate there. I mucked up my Q completely, but it should be a kill. Graves does overextend again, nearly at the enemy inhibitor tower, by the way, and he does get killed. And then finally, the Draven gets the Admiration stack, so that's really good. That's a plus 638 gold from that kill. That's worth more than, obviously, 2 kills, so that's awesome. And that can actually start a Draven snowballing. Also, the mid tower is kind of low, so I'm like, okay, we need to get this. So getting those 2 kills is really nice. And now we can try to get the mid tower, which will open up the map a little bit more. But I'm going to be completely honest, the Graves didn't play bad so far in this game, but it's just the overextending that he's constantly doing is what's causing him to die so much. If he just played well and didn't overextend as much as he has been, he wouldn't die and he'd still be ahead. It's just giving the enemy more strength. It's giving them more gold than they need. So it's a little bit annoying that the Graves is doing fine, but he's just overextending without a care in the world. Like, I'm right now, okay, they've just done Rift Herald. The likelihood of them being mid, or being top, sorry, is very high. Be careful. It's like just little things like that. And you can see he just doesn't care. He's literally just still pushing. They do decide to go for the Ahri instead, so the Graves is okay for now. Draven will try to get the Master Yi. Boom, another kill there, so that's awesome. And again, Master Yi, he's an okay pick. People will throw examples of one-trick ponies to me like they always do, going, oh, if you don't rate him at high rating, look at that one-trick pony, Cowsep. He's a challenger in Korea. One-trick ponies, again, you can use them if you want to. I never use them as examples of what a champion can be because that's a one-trick pony. They only play that champion. Obviously, they're going to be very good at that champion. I look at it as what the average player on a champion's going to do at that rating. Somebody that hasn't played like thousands of games, that has just played an okay amount of games, and I don't think Master Yi is great in higher rating. Again, Graves completely overextends, gives them another free kill. And I don't really know what to say about this Graves. He's playing okay. It's just his really weird decision making, and then laughs about it when he dies. It's like, don't overextend. You know, come mid lane instead of being top lane. Use your pressure in other places. Anyway, the enemy are like, okay, we'll go for the tower. And I'm thinking, okay, my team's going to come in right. The Thresh was about to come in. And maybe I went in too early, or I did go in too early, but my Thresh completely bailed on me, and I was like, oh, excuse me. I was expecting people to go in, but my bad completely. It was my fault. I was just expecting a little bit more, you know, help. Now, I'm thinking right now, these two right here not doing anything, you're potentially causing this team fight to lose. You have to go in. Like, I literally typed in chat, walk in. Being bodies in the middle of a tower, that's what you need to do. So it took a while, but eventually they're going to actually do quite well. Graves does show up. And again, the Graves, I'm not doubting he's not playing terribly. It's just decision-making has been off this game. Just overextending all the time. I'm thinking, okay, they'll notice Master Yi, right? They'll notice him. They notice him a little bit too late. He does get 1 kill on the Thresh, but they will kill him eventually. So, overall, a good situation. We ace the enemy team, and I'm thinking, great, awesome. We get Inferno Dragon for free. They guys can go continue to push, and we're looking pretty good. Because let's be honest, what I just did there was a mistake. I went in too early. I didn't do anything in that team fight. Like, I might have got ulted by somebody, but I really didn't do much. So if ever we have a 5v5 team fight that I actually can do stuff, we're looking strong. We're looking good. As long as the Master Yi doesn't go off on one, as long as we can protect the Draven from the Annie Tibbers, we're looking okay. So we're just looking for a bit of farm. I do think that the enemy red buff is up. It is. We're going to give that to the Graves, because again, he's strong. He's just died more than he probably should have. But yeah, it's kind of like a relax moment, reset and rewind, go by, get your strength, continue to build it. And as you can see in my item build right now, I've got 2 complete items, which is the Warrior and the Triforce. Those are your kind of core items to Vi. It's what makes her kind of strong. It can give that one-shot potential on AD carries and always make you a threat, really. Throughout the game, you will be a threat as Vi with just those 2 items. So as the game is going okay, again, this is not live, I'm commentating over the recording. I'm thinking in my head right now, I can't 100% what I built, but I hope I built tank. I'm saying this again, I hope I built tank because that would have been the smart thing to do, considering that my team is doing okay with damage. I've got a Graves top lane, I need to be tanky. Now, I am thinking, okay, should we go for a fight here? I make another mistake, I believe. Yep. There was an Annie waiting in the bush, so this, again, is completely my fault. I don't know why I didn't think that would be a thing. I'm like, okay, so Nautilus, he might be alone. The whole enemy team was there, so I do cost 2 deaths. Completely my fault. Maybe we could have gone on them, committed, but not that early. I needed to wait a lot longer for my team to actually arrive with me, where that was never going to happen. So 1v1 is happening. The Master Yi does go for the Graves. Again, this is going to happen all the time. That's all a Master Yi really can do is, I need to attack! And he'll go on people. The Graves is strong enough to kill him, which is great. Unfortunately, the Charm did miss the Annie, which kind of led the Draven to die. But they do pick up the kill. There is more stuff happening. The Graves is rotating. And we should maybe be able to pick up a kill or 2 here. I'm on my way. I'm just using my Q to get in range. Graves does come for a nice flank there. He picks up the Caitlyn, and we will pick up this kill on the Leona eventually. Nautilus is somewhere in our jungle. I'm thinking, okay, where the hell is this guy? Just to remind you, your sweeping lens will spot targets in bushes, so that's why I activate it. He is in this tri-bush over here, so I'm like, okay, I'll go for this guy. Maybe we can look for Baron. Depends how close people are. Don't know why he, I think he tried to base in that bush there. Gonna continue going for it, and I'm like, okay, is he dead? Nope. I go for the ultimate. I does cancel it because I used Smite at the right time. Maybe I should have used ultimate, actually, with before Smite, because maybe that could have given me chance to do the Baron, but now I can't do it because I don't have Smite. So that might have been a small mistake by me. Blue buff is free, so I may as well take it, because, you know, why not? And we'll get out there nice and safe. I pick up the Mercury Treads because this game has been a pattern of Annie waiting in a bush and just ulting people. So having the reduced stun duration and that with the Mercury Treads obviously will help quite a lot with the tenacity. But yeah, basically as a tip, though, what I should be looking for as a Vi is, even though they have a lot of stuns, they can't stop my ultimate. So even though if I think I'm about to get ulted or like stunned by Nautilus or Annie, I should just press ultimate. I should just press my ultimate on basically anybody that I can, because that will stop all the stuns that are about to happen on me, because they can't stop me in ultimate. Now, what I'm doing right now, some people think, Huz, why are you just waiting in a bush? Because my Draven's in top lane. And if I was a Master Yi, I'd be like, oh, a free kill, a free nom-nom on the Draven. So I do just to go kind of next to him. It doesn't happen, unfortunately. And right now in my head, I do remember thinking, maybe me and Draven could have two-manned the Baron. Unfortunately, again, they get another pick, and that's been the story of this game. They do get a lot of picks. And I'm thinking, maybe we can fight. That's why I ping the assist one. If we get a nice charm, we don't. If we got a nice hook, maybe. Because Nautilus is bot lane. Again, even if he has teleport, it's not an instant TP. You can get a pick before the teleport happens. A charm into our damage, that's a dead person. So I'm thinking maybe we could have gone for something there. They wouldn't have had Tibbers. I think they used Leona ult. And I'm thinking, hey, Master Yi, go for this guy. So instant burst, like I mentioned, that is instant burst. That's what we have. Caitlyn is now off to the side. So I'm like, let's go for this fight, everybody. Boom, 2 free kills. I do go down, and I'm just pinging, guys, come for the fight. Like, we need to fight them right now. And again, I'm typing to my team, fight. Draven does position, I'd say, a little bit off. He's just in the middle of a team fight. You don't really want to be in the middle of a team fight. You kind of want to be on the outskirts of a team fight as an AD carry, picking off people. So that was, again, a bit of a mistake by him. But you can see, we just completely bursted 2 people. We got the Master Yi straight away, and we got the Caitlyn straight away, and we still lost the fight. Again, just 2 positioning. I don't mind being a sacrificial pig as a Vi, as long as I get both of the carries. And, well, this game, the 2 big carries, Master Yi and Caitlyn. Like, the Annie, obviously, is doing a lot, but I am more scared of the AD carries, because they're the ones that can get the towers and the objectives incredibly quick. So as for my score, I am 655 right now. It's an okay score. You know, again, as a Vi, you're a very all-in champion. So whenever you jump on somebody, ult somebody, you are probably going to die for it. As long as there are still people up, because you are literally in the middle of a team fight. But again, thankfully, and I mentioned, you know, 5 minutes ago, hopefully I was building tank, and I do end up building tank. Again, I do it for the 2nd or 3rd time. It's a massive mistake by me, and I literally do not know what I was doing this game in that regard. That I'm like, okay, Master Yi, maybe I can get a kill. There's a good chance we can win this team fight, by the way. Draven has to be careful of his positioning, but I get just Tibbers again. So, good flay, good hook by the Thresh there. The Draven, unfortunately, does go down to the red buff, and we do lose the fight. Again, completely my fault. Again, don't mind admitting my mistakes. That was another mistake by me. I'm just not, for some reason, expecting an Annie to always be in the bush. I don't know why. Like, maybe it's me being rusty. Maybe it's me just not expecting that. I literally don't know. But what I can say for you guys watching this video, expect Annie's in bushes, because that's what's happened this whole game. And it's actually what's caused me to die more often than not. So I'm going to just return. And what I'm thinking at the moment is they might be doing dragon, and they were actually kind of low health without a Master Yi. So I might be able to get to the dragon, but unfortunately they do kill it in time. But I'm still thinking if they base in the dragon pit, I might be able to catch one person who's low health. Unfortunately, it was not to be. So I don't pick up any kills, so that's kind of a shame. But yeah, this game for me to be more useful is I need to use the ultimate, because like 2 or 3 times, again, Annie, straight away again, I just flash. Can't really deal with that Annie right now as a Vi. Is that I need to make sure I'm using my ultimate. The times that I've died, the last few times, I haven't got my ultimate off, and that's the main reason that you play Vi, is that ultimate. So that's been a mistake by me. I'm just going to be so wary of that Annie, because she's been the major threat to me. Maybe she's focusing me, but I'd say it's more that I'm just running into her. But I think we still have a good chance to win this game. At this stage, I think we've got a strong damage line. I'm continuing to build tank. As long as I can survive as long as possible, get my ultimate on a good target, we're looking fine. As long as the Thresh can protect the Draven from the Master Yi. And here I'm thinking, oh, free kill. Go for the ultimate on Annie, get the charm. Unfortunately, the Annie does flash the charm, and she does kill the Draven. So even though that's a free pick on the Annie, she still manages to pick our AD carry. And that's a very big thing. That's a very big thing. You know, we're using ultimates there to get that champion. We used Ahri ultimate and Vi ultimate, and she still kills our Draven. And obviously, yeah, she did use Flash and I presume Ignite to get it. But it's just like, ah, damn, if only he could have survived then. So the enemy team do decide to rotate to the top lane. I'm just picking up even more items because I need to maintain my strength, need to constantly be using that gold. They're going to be looking for the tier 2. If Graves can get here quick enough, maybe we can defend it. And at this point, I'm kind of thinking, maybe, but Ahri does decide to go back, so it's a no-go. So we do lose another tower there, which is a bit of a bummer. And again, now is the time we have to be very careful of Baron, because when you look at their team comp of what their strengths are, they've got a very fed Master Yi with Blade of the Ruined King. He's going to do a lot of damage to Baron. They've got a Nautilus who is not going to take any damage from Baron, so he can tank it for days. They have a strong Caitlyn. That's a recipe for Baron. Even though they don't have like a Vayne or something instead of Caitlyn. Caitlyn still does it very well, but what also Caitlyn offers that other AD carries don't is the traps. Is that, oh, I can protect the Baron pit fairly well with all my traps, so it's even hard for people to get onto the Baron if we're doing it. So the moment that they start walking over there, I'm like, right, they're going Baron, and as you can see in the minimap at the bottom right, there is a Draven just sitting and farming. That is why, if you're wondering why all of them just went, let's go Baron, is that a Draven appeared in the bot lane to farm. You can't do that at this stage of the game. I do try to go for a steal, but again, Master Yi has out-leveled me this game, so he does manage to kill it before me, and also I was instantly CC'd by the Nautilus ult. So the Draven being in bot lane, again, it was a big mistake. I had to try and go for the steal there, but yeah, it didn't work. I do say no to the surrender because I'm still like, we've still got strength. If we actually use our team's strength, we potentially can win. Obviously, it's a little bit of an unlikely thing at this stage of the game because I think they are going to try to push for the victory. But yeah, just disappointing. Draven being bot lane, a couple, again, I will openly admit I did a lot of misplays this game. I still think we could have won if Draven maybe wasn't bot lane at this stage of the game. Because again, we have a lot of damage, and if they're doing Baron, they're distracted by the Baron, and they will be taking a lot of damage. And I'm thinking at this stage, I may as well just go in. I do get CC'd, but I'm like, I need to kill the Master Yi. He's the main one doing damage to the tower, and I just get one shot. So that's going to be, unfortunately, game 1 of the placements of Climb to Masters. Again, the placements aren't everything. You know, the whole series is yet to come. But what I'm going to leave you with now is the outro that I recorded right after I played the game. Okay, so this is now back live. I literally just finished the game. That game kind of sucked. For me, I didn't play very well. Decision making was a little bit off there. But yeah, the Yi, it did surprise me how much of an impact he had in the early game. Again, I actually said in my first jungle clear, I was like, I'm doing a full jungle clear because I wasn't expecting Yi to do anything. And then he got really fed in the early game. So that was a bit disappointing. I made several mistakes just face checking bushes when I wanted to initiate a fight. But yeah, it was just disappointing. I think we lost it to a couple reasons. One, that they just kind of snowballed and Yi got ahead in the early game. But secondly, we weren't really working as a team, and definitely the Thresh was grinding the gears of the team by just spam pinging and being a little bit just annoying. That never helps. It never puts you in a great mindset. But if I look at the damage, I'm not expecting much. Yeah, I did hardly any damage this game. I just couldn't stay on people. If I wanted to go on the Caitlyn, which I did one shot like a couple times, there was always in the mid-late game a Nautilus or somebody, and then an Annie stun, so I just couldn't get that damage down. To win this game, I think we just needed to work as a team a little bit more. You know, them doing Baron and Draven being bot lane, that's not a good thing for us. But yeah, disappointing. That's placement game number 1. Hopefully the rest of them don't go as rough. I definitely could play better myself, no shadow of a doubt there. But yeah, I don't know what I'd say this game. And again, I talk about negative people. It's just don't be like this Thresh. He kind of, if this was a live commentary, I would have been moaning about him a lot because it just put me in a bad mood, which just doesn't help. I'm not pinning the whole loss on the guy, but it just doesn't help. Try be positive and like look at good things rather than the bad things. Don't spam ping or don't like. At one stage, I thought he was going to go intentionally feed in mid lane when he said, okay, coming mid or something when he was spam pinging the Ahri. So yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. I'd say that Yi played well. Again, he got very fed in the early game, which I was not expecting. That's why I went for a full clear, but it just didn't pay off. And they won, so we could have won, but alas, it was not to be. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video nonetheless. Every single placement game is probably going to be like this. It just allows me to try hard a little bit more. Obviously, that doesn't mean I'm going to win all 10 games. That's not how it works. But I'm going to just try and play my game and focus more than I did in this game. But yeah, if you did like it, throw a like on it. If you are excited about the Climb to Master series happening, again, remember these first games, they're important, but the series is going to probably last a lot of this whole Season 7. So don't think of the start as like the whole series. But yeah, if you're enjoying the series so far, throw a like on it, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya.